I just sat there every day at work going like, this is my job. It's awesome.
You know, Riot has an insane marketing team. Like, if they're not doing anything right with the game, because God knows it's full of bugs, the client needs an exorcism. The game cannot be balanced. It's broken beyond fixing. But gosh dang it, their marketing team, their creative team, God bless. You better be paying these people really well because they're doing such an amazing job, especially now with like recent years. It's been phenomenal. Having said that though, there have been some creative plagiarism issues over the past 10 years that we want to look at today a little bit, just to remind ourselves that no one's perfect. So yeah, let's get into the video. Let's talk about Sona, and more specifically the Psyops skin for Sona. When I first saw this a few weeks ago on the lovely, Skin Spotlight channel, I felt something in my gut. It was a feeling of disturbance, but at the same time intrigue. And it reminded me of the feeling that I get when I go to an art gallery and I see specific art pieces that move you, but sometimes also disturb you and upset you. It was great. It was something that I didn't expect out of League of Legends, let alone a new skin, because a lot of them are mostly cosplays to try and like sell specific skins, but I'll give them credit. In my opinion, that was such a brave decision to make. But after a few days of like having it on my mind and feeling that there are some references from my past, there are some things that I've seen that kind of reminded me of Sona's Psyops skin. I wasn't sure what it is. Like, one of them that immediately hit me was Geneva from Final Fantasy VII. But also I knew that I saw something else, which later I found out I remembered was Elven Lied, I believe it's how it's pronounced, the anime. Again, don't look this up unless you're mature, because some of the content is quite mature. But it was really interesting to see them take a champion who is traditionally, from how they've designed it and sold it, very cutesy, very music based. She plays an instrument, she's mute, she supports the team by healing and buffing and occasionally late game doing some insane damage. But overall she's like a tame, lovely girl, and completely shatter that image of the champion and introduce a much darker side where there are no music involved. There's no instrument. There's nothing. Instead, what was replaced is a cage and her being bound and restrained. That gives you the feeling that she has so much power, but at the same time that she's in so much pain. I remember even putting a comment on the video when I saw this. It was an immediate feeling that I got. But that makes me think of something kind of more broad that Riot does. And they've been doing this from the very beginning when they started, which is kind of on the border of creative theft / plagiarism. And they've improved so much. I've only started playing this game end of 2018 because of KDA when that first song came out, and I think they're gonna release a new song very soon. And if you look at I'm gonna put some examples here. And if you look at those designs that they made of champions, they were immediate replicas. Like Vigar is definitely Vivi from Final Fantasy IX. Shen, literally Scorpion. And also there is a skin for him where he looks like Sub-Zero. You have Volibear. So it's not just games, like even movies, they take inspiration, and sometimes, I mean, the word inspiration is used very loosely here because it's actual replicas sometimes, or at least it used to be. It's really nice and refreshing to see that they've been kind of deleting those past, let's call them mistakes, of bluntly copying champions and trying to like make them their own. The last two that I have to put, I'm gonna put an image here. It's Morgana and Trundle, who look like they actually came out of World of Warcraft. But yeah, they've been doing a great job in kind of omitting that past, deleting it, and updating it with something more League of Legends appropriate and something unique to them as a brand, as a game. After looking at the past of League of Legends and how they used to create their champions and their references, I think it's really important to notice that it is now taking the right type of referencing into consideration. When you think of fine art, and actually this is a thing that is in contemporary fine art, when an artist creates a new work of art that he or she presents, they need to be able to speak about the references that brought them to creating this artwork. And that is actually very important because it validates the art piece itself and validates the artist. Nothing comes from void, and there's actually nothing wrong in referencing and taking inspiration from different things that came before your work. Because in reality, there's nothing entirely new. Everything takes inspiration from something that came before it. You add, you tweak, you edit, and then you represent it from your perspective. And I really think this skin in specific is a great example of that, where it's not just a cosmetic, it's not just a cosplay for a champion, it is an actual reimagination of that champion in a way that introduces new aspects to it that you would not have considered before. Another good example, in my opinion, and I know it's a bit controversial maybe, was last year's Fizz skin, where they turned him into a dog. I think it's genius. You completely change the character, you reimagine him, and he's no longer a Fishyordle, he's a cute little dog. Also, I think this year there's been a lot of leaks for the new champion called Seraphine. She's probably gonna be the new member of KDA. Great stuff. Again, the marketing team that works in Riot for League of Legends are geniuses. The whole marketing campaign and plan, and the Twitter account and getting her famous is absolutely genius. But besides that point, I think Seraphine is a great example of them taking inspiration from something that they did 2 years ago, which is KDA, but then rethinking how we can introduce this new pop star in a way that is a little more controlled, because I think KDA just exploded without them actually expecting it to be this big. So this time around they're taking a little more control and introducing this pop star and getting people to be able to witness the journey of her growing and becoming popular. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It's been a lot of fun making. I hope you found it to be as enjoyable to watch. Let me know your thoughts on the designs that Riot and League of Legends has been putting out recently. I personally think they're really above and beyond. And if you like this type of content, consider subscribing. I'm planning to make more in the near future. So yeah, until next time, take care, stay safe, wear masks. The pandemic is not over yet, as much as we would like to think that it is. And I'll see you in the next one.